what can the UN do to deal with hate speech besides misinformation? That is another category. What can the UN do to deal with hate speech on social media?
No, thanks for asking that question, because I think they're linked, and that's what I'm seeing very much here. It is, it's the same situation. It's not always the same bad actors with the same intent, but it is, and we've always had hate speech, and we know how it has resulted in horrible genocides and in our history. But unfortunately, it becomes supercharged in this environment because of the enabling environment of the platforms. So, you know, there are different ways to do it, and one is first to be just totally aware of what's out there and to be monitoring and listening. We have an arm of the UN called Global Pulse, which is looking at they're trying to work with the platforms to try to also develop a way to be able to listen to conversations as they do to kind of radio conversations, mobile phone, so that they can feel when things are brewing. We've seen a number of these terrorist attacks that are horrific, that in retrospect, you see that they were posting things on social media or finding communities on social media. So being able to monitor this and to really, figure out what's happening. Mm-hmm. But I think for the United Nations, we need to be aware of the landscape, but we also need to be just such compelling communicators in the digital space, that with content that represents the values of humanity. And, we need to find those examples of, the good in this world. And there is a lot of good in this world, and people are hungry to know about it. Yeah. And so, our communication strategy is very centered around, obviously the UN has to inform people about the state of our world, which is sometimes pretty grim and depressing. But it's also our role to point to where things are going right, and to where people have solved problems, where countries have pledged, for example, to go carbon neutral by 2050. We need to inspire people by good examples and solutions, and that's the approach that we're trying to take, and to kind of, we're in a battle, online, and we want to be the good guys.